my guess is that it's just the tablet interaction is already so intuitive in itself that it's like such a one-to-one, there's such a one-to-one relation between the real world and the tablet, where your gestures, it's almost tactile, or it's so. So my guess would just be that it makes sense because the user interaction is getting so much closer to like our understanding of reality or something.
Yeah, and I think what I would say is that what we definitely are seeing is that children at a much younger age are entering software. Not as a career, but are entering interaction with software. The other's true too. But it
6-year-olds
would,
boss.
yeah, exactly. But that I think that a few years ago, before touch screens, the notion of a 2-year-old at a computer was very abstract because they had to do an abstract set of motions. They had to move something down here that would move something up there. Whereas now I think that's wound back quite a bit, and I know that my daughter from a very young age was able to manipulate objects because she could just figure out how to drag them around, which then also opened up a whole world of things. So she was doing letter matching games at, I think, a much younger age than she would have been otherwise, because initially the game was fun, and then she just learned the names of all the letters because the little letters were talking to her. Now, I don't know what that does in the long-term trajectory. Like, does she remain ahead of where she might have been otherwise? Does she, at some point, does this form a cliff? And I think that's one of the things we're going to learn. The one thing I will say, though, is that there's a lot of studies out that show that the historical belief that exposure to screens, just screens in the abstract, is not necessarily an inherent negative at young ages. It's a question of quantity and quality of what they're interacting with. So if you place a child in front of a screen where they're entirely passive,